and welcome to week 1 vlog of September reading vlogs. I'm wrapping up my reading in vlogs this month, which I did in July. So every Wednesday, it will be this time, you'll get a vlog, this is it, of my reading, what I've been reading, what I've wrapped up, and any books that I've received, bought, etc, etc. I enjoyed doing this in August. No, in July, when I last did it. Did I just say I did it in August? Because it was July, I was lying, it was July. And here we are today. So today is Thursday, and the first reading thing that's happened is that I've just finished the book Elsewhere Home by Layla Abalayla. I will insert a cover of it here, of course I will. That is a book that I'm reading for, that I've read for the Reading Women's Challenge. The Reading Women's Challenge had 24 prompts plus 4 bonus prompts, and one of the prompts was to read a book by Layla Abalayla, and I read this one, which was a collection of short stories, which I enjoyed. All the short stories are sort of set between Scotland and Egypt, about displacement, not living in your home country, etc, etc. I very much enjoyed it. My problem is with short stories is that I have a real hard bother keeping them in here, and I want them to stay in here, but I know, on thinking about that collection in a couple of months, if I was wrapping this up at the end of the month, for instance, I would be finding it very, very hard to sort of think. Even now, I finished it today, and I'm finding it difficult to sort of remember what was in there. So yeah, in that case, I normally don't give things more than a 2-star when that is happening, but I did really enjoy this, and I know that I will definitely go ahead and read more of Layla Abalayla's work in novel form, which I think I will get on with much, much better. But yeah, enjoyable stories, mainly focused around women and their lives living either in Egypt or Scotland. So enjoyed that very much. Now I'm also reading, so this month, if you saw my TBR, you'll see that I'm really trying to knock some of the old Reading Women challenges on the head this month. And the next one I'm reading, this is a proof copy of Catch the Rabbit by Lana Baztazik, and this is for the prompt of an author from Eastern Europe, and Lana was born in Yugoslavia, and this is about Sarah, who is sort of related. I felt the first chapter was written very unusually, as it was written sort of addressing somebody, her best friend Leia, who is the story is majority about so far. I've only read 19 pages, but it was a mix-up of like sort of, I quite enjoyed it. It was a mix-up of like talking to someone directly but not wanting to know that you were addressing them directly, so being like, oh yeah, and then she did this and then she did that, but really talking about the person you're directing it at. And I just found it very, very interesting, and something that I don't think I've ever read in a book before. Leia sounds like quite the character, and I don't know how much I'm going to like her, to be honest, but I don't have to like people to get on with them in a book. Like, that happens all the time. So yeah, and I'm on to chapter 2, so that will be continue to be read. And then I'm listening to the audiobook of Sunset by Jessie Cave. Jessie Cave is an actress, comedian, and now writer, and also a great artist. I've bought some of her artwork. Have I got some up now? I think it might be with the Christmas stuff, because it's in quite a Christmassy frame. I don't know where that is actually. Oh, I must find it for you to show you. Yes, I've got it here, I've got it here. Here it is. I bought this for oh my god, it's so dusty. Do you see all that dust come off it? I bought this for David for Valentine's Day or anniversary or something. Oh my god, I can't believe how dusty this is. And this says, don't tell anyone about how great our love is, they wouldn't believe us anyway. And it's got 2 people sat with their backs looking out at the stars, and all her artwork is very much like that. She was also played Lavender Brown in the Harry Potter films. One of the best actors in that Harry Potter film, I thought. The portrayal of Lavender Brown, I thought she was absolutely fantastic. And she also does a podcast with her sister that I've been listening to called We Can't Talk About That Right Now. So Layla, why do I keep saying Layla? That's the other book. Jessie and her sister Bibi, they do this podcast, and they started doing this podcast after their brother died quite suddenly. And the title of the podcast, We Can't Talk About That Right Now, relates to them not being able to talk about the grief of losing their brother, which, as I said, was very sudden and unexpected, in a tragic accident. And I really enjoy it. I watch the videos of them recording this podcast and also listen to the podcast. So I consume the podcast twice weekly for when it comes out. And yeah, I just really like their relationship and their sort of sisterhood. And there's a 10-year gap in between them, which is interesting to sort of view, just because me and my sister have only got 2.5 years in between us. And this book that I'm reading, Sunset, I'm listening to the audiobook of it, and it's narrated or written by Jessie and narrated by BB, and it is about the loss of a sister. So Jessie talks about this when she's been talking about the book in the podcast and things, and saying that, like, although this book is about grief, this only sort of draws on her experience with the grief of losing a sibling, and it's like, I've just been really touched by the whole thing. The fact that it's so sort of like, I just feel like I've been really, really taken by the Cave sisters, and the fact that BB's narrating this, and this is a book that Jessie's written, but also BB would have links to because she lost her brother the same way that Jessie did, and that they must have so many sort of ties to this book and what's happened to them in the past year. I've just, like I said, I've just been really taken by them, and the book I'm really enjoying. And what I've been really finding as well is that it's not all sort of like talking about, so it's about two sisters, Ruth and Hannah dies in a tragic accident when they're on holiday, and yeah, but it's not all about like focusing on the really wonderful aspects of Hannah. And she did sound like a really good person. She was like running a charity and things like that, and always like vegan and all these sort of good things, but like her and her sister argued like sisters, and they don't shy away from that in the book. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it, and yeah, I've got about, I'm on like 60 something %, so very much enjoying that. And yeah, I've just been, like I said, I've just been really taken by them. So yeah, check out that podcast. We can't talk about that right now if you'd be interested. So those are the books that I'm reading. Great news today, 2nd of September, Waterstone's pre-order has arrived. Pre-ordered 2 cookery books, 2 copies of one cookery book, because one of them's for my mum. She won't be watching this, don't worry. Oh no! My Jamie Oliver one's not in here. That came out today. So I've ordered a copy of the Jamie Oliver cookbook called Together, and that hasn't come out yet. So what has arrived is my 2 copies that I've ordered of The Sweet Roasting Tin by Rukmini Ur. Now you will know that I'm a massive Roasting Tin fan. Massive Roasting Tin fan. I've read all the books. The Green Roasting Tin I recommend to literally everyone. It's probably the best cookbook I've ever had. Definitely the cookbook I've used the most. And this is the new Roasting Tin book. This is the Sweet Roasting Tin, and this is all sweet recipes. So I bought a copy for myself and a copy for my mother. They sold over 1 million copies of the Green Roast the Roasting Tin now. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, oh god, I'm really having I'm gonna have a good look through this. So chocolate and rosemary loaf, just in the way that like these Roasting Tin recipes are literally like chop stuff up, stick it in a pan and put it in the oven. Like, I've made so many amazing meals from all of the books, but particularly the Green Roasting Tin. I'm really hoping that, I mean, this leads me to believe that it's not as easy as chop things up and just stick it, that's been nicely organised, hasn't it? But I don't do much sweet cooking or baking because I'm not very good at it. So I'm hoping that this will, in the way that the Green Roasting Tin sort of like opened my eyes to loads of different flavour combinations, this will open my eyes to lots of different cookery, like baking stuff that I haven't been doing before. So yeah, my mum enjoys baking and stuff like that, so, and she's always enjoyed the Roasting Tin books. Like, I've cooked for her from them before, and I think she's currently got my Quick Roasting Tin book. So yeah, so I bought her a copy for her birthday, which isn't until the end of the month. But yeah, let's just have one look and then I can have a proper look through here. Sticky date gingerbread, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Pistachio and date brownies, lots of dates, sounds good. Oh, there's a bread and butter pudding section. David loves bread and butter pudding. Chocolate bread and butter pudding, coffee and walnut croissant pudding, amaretto panettone bread and butter pudding. That screams Christmas, doesn't it? Orange chocolate chip bread and butter pudding. That does sound exciting, doesn't it? So yeah, so those are the books. So I've just finished work for the day. I'm working from home today, and it's my niece's birthday. So I'm waiting for David to get back from work. Then he can tie the bows in these because I haven't been able. Isn't it difficult? Imagine a life where you could got to try and tie a bow that's behind one of your arms. It's just never going to happen. So I'm waiting for David to get home, tie these bows. I've got to wrap her present, so I'm going to do that now. And then we're going to walk around there and have all of her favourite foods, which are things like pizza and macaroni cheese and just delicious stodge, basically. Let me show you what I've got. You'll love it. Toot toot, beep beep. Toot toot, beep beep. We've got her a little dinosaur car. So we didn't have one of these when we were younger. These were, like, when we were younger, you only used to be able to get these in red and yellow, and now they do like lots of different ones. And she's very into dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, rah! So we got her the dinosaur car. I cannot wait for her to see it. I'm so excited. We've also got her a few little dinosaur bits, leggings and a jumper and a dress and a book and some puzzles. But yeah, David made this earlier this week, hasn't he done a very good job? So yeah, waiting for David to get home. I actually matched this dinosaur car, that wasn't even planned. Then we're gonna head on over there, so probably see you later on over the weekend. Tomorrow, Friday does count as the weekend, for more Bookish Chat. Bye. Bye. Hello! Checking in on Saturday. Oh, I've already been out. Get me. David has been playing. I'm doing washing up, which is why I'm at this angle. David has been playing tennis on a Saturday morning with my friend Emma. And ordinarily I go and do a bit of reading while I'm there. But I've been thinking about getting back into the old couch to 5k running. So this morning when they were playing tennis, I went and done a run. And then I still had half hour to do some reading as well, so that was lovely. So I had a little read and did a run, and then got back and we've just done some chores, which is why I'm still sweating in my running gear. Just doing the washing up now, just finishing off the kitchen. I've even wiped my cupboard doors, but I've just finished Sunset by Jessie Cave, which I listened to the audiobook of. I talked about this, well, I would say briefly, but I think I spent quite a lot of time talking about this book in my entry from Thursday, I think it was. But yeah, I finished it now, and then at the end, as I said, Jessie Cave has written this book, which is about sisters and a sudden accident where one of the sisters dies, and the grief of the other sister, and sort of the before and after of their relationship, before and even after the death, these two sisters, Hannah and Ruth, and is written by Jessie Cave and narrated by her sister, BB Cave, which was so interesting, and she did such a good job, because I also know, and again I've said this already, that their brother died in a sudden accident 2 years ago, so that's where this sort of books come from. And now I'm just, and at the end of the audiobook, which I love it when this happens, and you never always know this is going to happen, but there's a chat with the author and the person who's narrated the book. So it's been amazing to hear BB and Jessie talk to one another about the situation. Now I'm a big fan of these girls already, let that be known, but hearing them talk about like how it was for BB to deliver this in a sort of like non-emotional way, the whole book, even before and after Hannah dies, Ruth's narration, Ruth's thoughts are all in one sort of like monotone voice. I don't mean that to sound like monotone, but like it's hard to differentiate like it's all just it's void of emotion, because the whole thing is so emotional. It's just such a special book. I absolutely thought it was fantastic. In terms of grief, as I also said, I've been fortunate enough not to really lose many people in my life. However, I did, my nan died, as nans do, about, oh God, how long ago was that now? 5 years ago? And she was a really big part of all of our lives. She was a really big character, so kind, like one of the kindest people I've ever met, and generous, and always made me feel special. My voice is going. And I don't feel like I talk about her enough. And BB and Jessie were talking afterwards about how they've got to the point now where they can talk about their brother Ben, and I thought, oh, I would like to talk more about my nan. And she says, thinking she can do it without being emotional, and she hasn't been able to. But like, I also, in the same way that they were talking, it made me think about how sometimes I don't want to mention her because I don't want to upset other people, and I wonder if they're feeling the same as way as that. So also from this book that I've really enjoyed, I think I'm going to start talking a bit more about my nan. So yeah, I've just loved it. Obviously trigger warnings for grief and for death and sibling death for that book, but if that's something that you think you would do. And also Jessie's talking when she's at the end to her and BB, and she's saying, oh, she doesn't find herself quite the most eloquent person, and she has a lot of feelings but she doesn't always have the words to put them out. And I was like, God, that's exactly how I feel. Like sometimes I know exactly what I mean, but I've just got no way of getting it across. So yeah, I just love the whole thing. I really, really loved it. Sunset by Jessie Cave, 5 stars. How does the rest of the day look? I've got to go and have a shower and wash my hair. My hair is disgusting. I did badminton last night. Hello? I thought David was knocking on the door. Did badminton last night and went for a run this morning. Dave and I are going to the cinema this afternoon. I've forgotten the name of the film. It's a new Marvel one. Hold on. What's the name of the film, please, David?
Sorry,
what's the name of the film?
Sorry, what we were watching?
Yeah.
I think it's Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings.
Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. How many times do you reckon I've asked you the name of the film?
I'd say at least 15.
I just can't remember the name of that film. So we're going to watch that, and then we were saying, oh, we might go out for dinner afterwards. We're going for a nice walk with my university friend tomorrow, my friend Dolores from university. She's been in a video on this channel before. I haven't seen her since pre-pandemic. That was me leaning against the dishwasher. So we're going for a walk with her husband and her little one, but we're going to have a picnic, so I need to go and get some picnic stuff. So after we've been to the cinema, we potentially could be going out for dinner, but also we have also said that maybe we'll just get plant-based Burger King burgers.
Depends how busy life is.
And then David wants to watch Soccer Aid tonight, so we might do that. And I want to start making some pom-poms. But now I guess I've got to go and I've got to carry on because I've still got to hoover and mop in here, and then I'm done finally, and I can get in the shower and wash my hair.
Yeah, and I'll mop the hallway when you're in the shower.
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I've just got to put the washing on spin. So yeah, Saturday update. Hi. I haven't taken off my headband from when I wash my hair. Wash my face. The film was great, by the way. We had a brilliant time. I really enjoyed it. I've been getting very bad sort of Marvel fatigue watching Marvel films recently. David is a big Marvel lover, but for me they've all sort of melded into one big film with the same characters and the same type of people in. So I really enjoyed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Really enjoyed it. Thought the fighting was really good. Thought the Water Dragon was really cool. Thought Aquafina, as is she is in everything, was very good. So yeah, wanted to let you know that. But also 2 bits of book news. In my September TBR, I said to you guys which book out of Monsters, which I didn't really want you to vote for, this one Sky Day and the other Bennett sister, you guys think I should read in September. Well, the vote overwhelmingly went to the other Bennett sister. I left it a couple of days, so I said I'd leave it a day, and I've left it a couple of days, and it is absolutely overwhelmingly the vote for that as one, so I'm delighted about that. It's a chunky guy, so I need to start that soon, but I've just started whilst brushing my teeth She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. This came out in July this year, and really I've been looking forward to reading this anyway. I really wanted to read this month, just because I'm feel very excited about it. But also it matches up with one of the Reading Women challenges. My notebook's in the other room and I'm in bed and comfy now. I think for an epic by an Asian author maybe, or I'll have a look at it. Do you know what? I could look on my phone now. Fantasy novel by an Asian author, and I think this counts. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So yeah, so I think maybe I picked up the word epic because it's on there. But yeah, so I've just read the sort of the historical note, which talks about the period of time that this is set. So this is set during the Yuan dynasty, which is set between the 1271 and 1368, and the events of this book take place towards the end of that, and a little bit of background about Genghis Khan and then his grandson Kublai Khan. So yeah, and then I read just like the first few pages about a young girl, and that's set in the Huai River Plains, southern Henan. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading that. But yeah, just thought I'd check in. Also my bed sheets, we've got new bed sheets on. They're really like, they're very autumnal, but they also very remind me of like 70s sort of florals, the colour, I think. And I'm just delighted to be in bed. I feel really tired. I mean, I guess I did play badminton last night, and then I went for a run this morning, and then I did like 2 hours of cleaning. That's probably why. So yeah, I'm gonna read a bit. She Became the Sun, and then going for a walk with my friend tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to. Bye. Hello, happy Tuesday, the last day of the reading vlog. I don't feel like I've completed any books apart from Sunset. Oh, hold on. I'm currently in conversation with Adara on Lush live chat because I, again, ordered the Lush advent calendar for this year, and last year it didn't get sent out until the 1st of October. I think they all got sent out in one big batch, but this year I ordered it and then ordered myself a few other little bits. For example, this, which used to be called like, oh my god, it smells so good, CBD something, but they've obviously had to rebrand it. It's called Bottomacy now, and it's very good for having a bath when you've got period pain. I bought the frozen bubble bar, which is peppermint. I probably wouldn't have got that if I'd have known. This smells amazing. So yeah, the little bits have arrived. However, the actual advent calendar hasn't arrived, and everything on my paperwork leads me to believe that it's saying that it's been checked and things like that, but yeah, it's not here. So I'm feeling very, very worried about it. So I'm also in live chat, but also 2 books arrived today, and I think these might be from Emma at Book Break. I'm having a little look. 2 books. Oh yeah. Oh, this looks good. Lovely proof front cover. So this is A Bigger Picture, My Fight to Bring a New African Voice to the Climate Crisis. This is out on the 28th of October. And it says here, A Bigger Picture is Vanessa's groundbreaking exploration of why and how people from the global south, predominantly people of colour, are routinely omitted from the discussion on climate change, even though these communities contribute least to the problem and are suffering its consequences the most. For these communities, climate catastrophe is not a distant threat, it's happening right now. Named by Time magazine as one of the 100 young leaders shaping the future, Vanessa Nakate is an extraordinary new voice in the climate conversation. This sounds amazing. This is a debut non-fiction. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Oh, that's very, very exciting. So I will definitely look forward to reading that. Nothing back from Adara yet. Oh no, hold on. It looked like your other pass was still in transit. Oh, it's still in transit, David. Oh, oh, it is coming today. Oh, so I'm getting 2 Lush orders today. David.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm getting 2 Lush orders today. And then the other one is it's Paradise by Kay Tempest. This is a play that Kay has written. I've read Kay's poetry before, which, you know, I'm not a big poetry lover, but I very much enjoyed that. And this is a play. Philocetes, I think I'm saying that right, lives in a cave on a desolate island. The wartime hero is now a wounded outcast. Stranded for 10 years, he sees a chance of escape when a young soldier appears with tale of philosophy. It's like a Roman or a Greek name. Past glories, but with hope comes suspicion, and as an old enemy emerges, he is faced with an even greater temptation, revenge. Kay Tempest is now widely acknowledged as a revolutionary force in contemporary British poetry, as I said, music and drama. They continue to expand the range of their work with a new version of Sophocles. So it's a reimagining of Sophocles. Philocetes? Philocetes is the guy from So You Wanna Be a Hero Kid Now, whoop-de-doo. I better get back to Adara. I think that might be it. So yeah, I'll let you see the Lush Advent calendar before I sign off on this vlog. I promise you that, if it arrives. It says it's coming between 4:16 and 6:16. I can't actually believe this, but I've just done a weight training video. I bought some little 1 kilogram dumbbells. Honestly, my upper body strength is shocking. That's my period knickers ready to go on in a minute, by the way. Yeah, I bought myself some dumbbells after David bought his, and I've just done a 35-minute Your Mum's VHS dumbbells. I joined a couple of months ago, but I've really not made the most of it. Something called Move Your Frame. They've got all these really, really cool different like videos, cardio. So for example, Divas dance cardio, dance it out morning flow Pilates. I'm not so into things like that. Box fit, flat friendly cardio, quickie 90s dance cardio. Did that earlier, last week I think I did it. And I've just done, they've got a whole range called Your Mum's VHS, and it's got things like ankle weights, bands, body weight, and arms and abs and things like that. And yeah, just been enjoying a bit of fitness recently. I set myself a bit of a challenge, just sort of unofficial, because you know I'm very guilty of making it a big deal of things and then them not coming off. Of just wanting to do 30 active minutes every day in September, do 10,000 steps and also a day in September, and also I get, my Fitbit tells me every hour to move 250 steps. So when you're in an office job, it's hard to do that, isn't it? But anyway, never mind all of that chat. I promised you I'd show you it, and the advent calendar has arrived. Panic over, the advent calendar's arrived. Now, it seems as though it's as big as last year. I tricked myself to it last year because I had last year was just a write-off, wasn't it? And if you can't treat yourself to a Lush advent calendar then, when can you? The next year. So I've tricked myself to it. I can't believe it's actually here. Oh, the box is lovely. Oh, it's beautiful. So it's it's the same size box as last year, I think, which you would have seen recently. Oh God, this box is gorgeous. Can I put it out of the way? Oh God, she says doing weight training is not being able to actually get a box out of there. I use the box. Oh, no. Concentrate on this one. Oh my God, it's so heavy. No wonder I couldn't get it out. Oh my God, it's so heavy. The box is gorgeous. The box is more beautiful than last year. It is. Come here, I'll show you it. Come here. It's this sort of like, oh God, I've fallen all over the place. It's this floral, oh, I almost fell on the back of the bed. It's this floral, but it's got little rabbits in it and sort of like stars and stuff. Oh, different opening situation to last year. Oh, it's lovely. So, and then if this is the same as last year, this lifts up. Yeah. Oh, how exciting. It has still got big ones. Oh God. I mean, it's so exciting, but I've got to wait till Christmas for this. This is, I don't want it out until we've got Christmas stuff out. It smells amazing. So yeah, that's what you get for the Lush Advent calendar. I'll put you back on the stand. So yeah, that was week 1 of the reading vlog. Not actually all that much reading done. I'm very much enjoying, oh actually, I don't think I've told you, I've started reading a Dorothy Comson book. God, if I've done this already, sorry. My friend lent me a Dorothy Comson book. In fact, the very one I'm listening to, my friend Hazel lent me Flavours of Love a few years ago. I guess it's sort of like slight Nikki French vibes in that it's a mystery and things like that, as a woman's husband has been murdered. Seemingly random kill, but now it looks as though maybe it was an accident and it was somebody that he knew. But also the daughter of this woman whose husband's been murdered is also pregnant. She's a young girl, 14. So that, yeah, sort of like, so I've been listening to the audiobook of that. Got stuck in horrific traffic on the way home from work yesterday, so managed to listen to it for an hour and 40 minutes. But very much been enjoying that. And then very, very much enjoying She Who Became the Sun. I'm just over a quarter of a way through that, and loving it, loving being really involved in it and all the characters, and it's sort of like the slow burn of an epic, which I don't normally read, in a similar way that I enjoyed Plain Bad Heroines, like the sort of getting to know everybody and it being really slow and detailed. I've been very much enjoying that. So yeah, that's week 1 of September's reading vlog. Hope you're all well. Oh, last thing, it's cozy reading night on Friday. Friday the 10th of September between 7 PM and 10 PM BST is cozy reading night. There'll be a TBR going up on the morning of Friday of what me and David plan to read, what we're going to eat. We're actually really looking forward to it because we haven't done a cozy reading night in a long, long time, and they were definitely part of our year last year. We used to do them like every other Friday. So yeah, so autumn cozy reading night. Hopefully the weather will be a bit more autumnal. It's really hot today. It's like 27. I think it's hotter today than it ever was at any point in August. So yeah, so I'll see you all again soon for another BookTube video. Goodbye!